Returning to our strategic plan, I'd like to first acknowledge Greg Gladman, give a wave, and Peter Colabuono, two of our trustees who co-chair the board committee that has worked for a little more than a year now to bring to life the vision for the next 5 years at Seacrest that we are introducing tonight. But before we discuss the plan itself, let me tell you a little bit about our process. Our work was driven by a strategic planning design team composed of Seacrest teachers, school leadership, parents, alumni, members of the Board of Trustees, with nearly 100 additional voices from across our community included along the way. We started our work by listening. Families were invited to attend focus groups, another was held for employees, and we conducted dozens of one-on-one interviews with a randomly selected cross-section of faculty, staff, trustees, and parents. These conversations led us to identify 4 areas in which we wanted to focus the strategic plan. We investigated where we were doing well and where we thought Seacrest could do even better in each of these areas. Now, with this initial work done, we invited all members of the community, I see some familiar faces who were there, to the Community Design Day that was held this past September, where they were invited to review the committee's work to date and brainstorm potential strategic initiatives. This well-attended event filled this gymnasium with energizing conversation from a passionate group invested in the future of our school. The initiatives that emerged were reviewed by our strategic planning committee, evaluated by the school leadership for feasibility and strategic importance, and approved by the Board of Trustees at our meeting last month. Now, the plan that has emerged is expressed not as a checklist, not as a script or a screenplay, nor is it a map with turn-by-turn instructions on how we'll get from point A to point B, but rather it's expressed as a compass that will guide the heading and direction that we move as an institution over these next 5 years. And more specifically, we're committed to aligning our compass toward these 4 directions. Strengthen our sense of place here on the coast side and the unique environmental and marine science opportunities that it affords us. Deepen the student learning experience and how we teach to each whole child that is part of our student body. Invest in the future and plan those fundamentals to support the school's long-term growth as an institution. Leave it better than we found it, both our broader coastal community and the students and families that make up our Seacrest community. And with that introduction, I'll turn it back over to Lauren, who will walk us through each of these initiatives in more detail and share some of the ideas that we are contemplating in each area.
Thank you, David. Thank you to everyone that touched this strategic plan. It's been a mighty process over a year, and it feels a little surreal to be standing here and sharing where we're going in the next 5 years. As David mentioned, it's a compass and it's a directionality with initiatives that we're excited to share tonight, and I'm sure more that we'll discover over the next course of the few years. Direction number 1. Our location on the coast of the Pacific Ocean brings a unique setting for our school. It is complex, dynamic, and rich with place-based learning opportunities for students. Seacrest Marine Science Program takes students through a 10-year study of ocean literacy. Over the next 5 years, Seacrest is expanding this focus to include a more direct and structured approach to the connection between marine and coastal sciences and environmental education. By doing so, we can take advantage of what it really means to live here, to be stewards of the land, supporters of local agriculture, and leaders in marine and coastal sciences. Our goal, Seacrest will strive to become a leader in connecting students to our unique coastal community. Students will leave Seacrest understanding the richness of the place in which they live, feel connected to the land, the sea, and their own place in this world. By taking advantage of our unique location, we will offer a range of unmatched marine and coastal and environmental educational experiences that spark curiosity and strength and strengthen our graduates' mastery of the messy and uniquely human leadership skills that will set them up for success in high school and beyond. This direction of strengthening our sense of place will include, but is not limited to, the following initiatives. Continue to deepen our environmental and marine science curriculum and clarify the learning outcomes. Expand our current outdoor education program to include authentic Seacrest marine and environmental themed experiences for all students JK through 8. Enhance place-based learning opportunities that foster a sense of discovery for the world right outside our classroom doors. And establish partnerships with local marine and environmental organizations to enhance students' real-world engagement and understanding. Direction number 2 is deepening the student learning experience. As a student-centered school, Seacrest believes that we should continually work to refine our curricular offerings and teaching approaches to meet the ever-evolving needs of our students. Time and time again, we have heard that teaching to the whole child is truly at the core of the Seacrest experience. Teaching the whole child to us means addressing the intellectual, emotional, physical, social, and safety needs of every student. By deepening our holistic approach to education, Seacrest can become an even better place for kids. Our goal: through curriculum selection, aligned pedagogy, and professional development in project-based learning, Seacrest will create classrooms where students are engaged in advanced critical thinking and problem-solving integration. The school will adopt a range of assessment strategies to provide timely and detailed feedback to maximize student progress and truly reflect the unique complexities of teaching to the whole child. By building a community of learners across grade levels, we will promote every student's long-term academic development and personal success and build the leadership, collaboration, and critical thinking and creative problem-solving skills students will need to thrive in an era of change. Direction 2, deepening the student learning experience, will include, but is not limited to, the following initiatives. Continue to create learning pathways for individualized student academic goals that challenge students to reach their full potential. Move towards grade-level project-based learning capstones that span at least a semester with a culminating showcase. Investigate the feasibility of forming student houses, internal communities that encompass our buddy program and span all of the grades we serve to promote a sense of identity and community across grade levels, and transition to portfolio assessments and narrative report cards to provide a more holistic view of student progress. Direction number 3, investing in the future and planning for growth. At Seacrest School, we are committed to providing exceptional education that empowers our students to thrive. To ensure the longevity and continued excellence of our institution and to become a permanent asset to the larger Half Moon Bay community, we need to steward our continued financial health. Our commitment to our unique coastal community shapes our strategy in many ways. We serve a region with a limited number of families and a high cost of living for our prized employees. Accordingly, the key to our financial sustainability is ensuring consistent full enrollment that includes a range of tuition capacity and being strategic in our use of limited dollars, whether they're being used to retain employees or to enroll great students who need flexible tuition to be part of our school. Our goal: Seacrest will develop and implement innovative strategies that will help us build an economically diverse community served by a stable cohort of teachers. As a result of our financial health, we will be able to enhance the overall educational experience for all our students, secure our role as a long-term asset to Half Moon Bay community, and plant the seeds for the future. Direction number 2 initiatives will include, but are not limited to, initiate a study to identify the most important factors for recruiting and retaining faculty and staff, and focus our limited resources accordingly so that we can cement our status as a great place to work. Develop a financial model that transparently and sustainably addresses the growing need for financial aid and desire to have a student body from economically diverse backgrounds. Establish an alumni relations program to foster a sense of community and encourage financial support from a more diversified cohort. And update our facilities master plan to include more areas for project and place-based learning, school growth, and sustainability initiatives. Our last direction is leave it better than we found it. The concept of leaving the world a better place can be traced back to the quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson: "To leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or redeemed social condition, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, that is to have succeeded." At Seacrest, we recognize our opportunity to meet our current needs while working towards ensuring the needs of future generations in our community. Like any great school, we believe that education is one of the best pathways to creating a better world. A focus on Seacrest's ethic of leaving it better than we found it encompasses a variety of initiatives that can help Seacrest become a more integrated with our Half Moon Bay community, strengthen our student and family communities, and foster the experience that help our graduates lead lives with purpose and impact. Our goal: through our environmental footprint, commitment to cultivate a community of diversity and belonging, and responsibility to be stewards of our coastal communities, we believe that we can empower our students to carry this responsibility to lead with service and empathy throughout their lives. Direction number 4 contains initiatives that will include, but is not limited to, identify using best practices in diversity, equity, and belonging goals across all systems of Seacrest School. Foster a sense of belonging and joy through cultural celebrations and tradition. Work to expand the impact of the Seacrest Scholars Program and launch an endowment for flexible tuition. Establish a parent education series that supports the school-to-home partnership while opening these offerings up to the greater coastal community in an effort to lift all boats. Incorporate service learning projects deeper into the curriculum, connecting academic learning with community engagement. And audit the way in which our footprint as an institution leaves an environmental mark and create multi-year goals to improve our environmental impact. I want to offer a massive congratulations to the entire Strategic Planning Committee and team. If you served on the Strategic Planning team, will you please stand? Now, as we have shared our strategic vision that is rooted in our mission and history and will be our compass for the next chapter of the school, our strategic vision affirms our dedication to creating an environment of curiosity and creativity, emphasizing environmental and marine education and critical thinking skills to nurture future leaders. It commits us to empower students through diverse, creative, and personalized paths, incorporating project-based learning, character development, and service learning rooted in our community of belonging. This vision is a result of our entire community's input. I am grateful personally to the insight, commitment, passion, and integrity of the Seacrest community in co-creating this strategic plan with us. We invite you to stay connected with us as we implement this strategic plan together in the years to come. Now, one final round of applause. 13 months later, we have a strategic plan.